never mind. Welcome to the Elder Scrolls 7, because I decided to skip both 5 and 6, Skyrim, and go straight to 7, Skyrim. Hey, you're finally awake. Thanks God, Howard. You're so creative. So let's see if I can beat Skyrim by playing the game. So after arriving in Helgen, fuck you, kid.
Why?
We were asked a very important question.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Who am I? Well, this is Walks with Legs, and this is his first time in the #1 relaxing vacation hotspot in Tamriel.
Just unsheath me.
Skyrim, a land filled with trolls, elves, fucking slaver, and invulnerable salmon. And Skyrim is currently going through a little rough patch, what some would call a civil war. And now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace. Now this little Argonian is about to be bent over by this very angry, very heavily armoured woman, and then executed by General Tullius's pet gimp.
That's fucked up.
Or at least he was, until he was saved by a giant flying Argonian.
Brother, help me!
Anyways, knock knock. And with that, Legs had been saved from his execution, and began running wildly throughout Helgen. You're gonna get cooked, man. I'd move if I was you. Until he eventually entered the keep with Hadvar and was freed from his bonds. I am free! Bitch. What's trying to kill me? Little bitch. I am Lizard. After arming himself, Legs went forth further into the keep, where he reasoned with some stormcloaks. Now to do some murder. Maybe we can reason with him. Reason! Have some reason. After which he descended deeper and stole an old man's hood. Combat Lizard! Yeah. And after Hadvar had an existential crisis... Hurry up, Hadvar. Where is Hadvar? Hadvar? Where the fuck is Hadvar? What are you doing? Just standing there. We fought through some spiders and a bear and emerged into Skyrim. Now that he was as free as a frog, Legs decided to go towards the nearest settlement, which turned out to be Riverwood, where Hadvar's uncle, Alvor, gave him a bunch of free shit. In return for said free shit, Alvor asked Legs if he could deliver a message to the Jarl of Whiterun for him, which Legs agreed to and then quickly forgot as he headed in the direction of Bleak Falls Barrow, fighting some bandits along the way. A Khajiit, the enemy of the Argonian, and then he arrived at the Barrows of the Bleak. Defeating the bandits both outside and in, Walks with Legs began to explore the ruins. Snake, fish. Did you know the Skeever's the natural enemy of the Argonian? And then he found a giant spider. Ah, spider! And after the many-legged monstrosity was dead, Legs attempted to free a dark elf from its web. Oh shit, sorry. It's in the blood of an Argonian to kill dark elves. Apologies. Looting a golden claw from the body of the elf, Walk with Legs began to fight the ancestors of the Nords of Skyrim. And he did so with ease, proving that lizard kind is smarter than man. Bitch! Oh, okay, well that went poorly. And after beating that trap, Legs fought many more crusty old Nords. And fought his way to yet another trap. Pot. Ow. Ow. This is why traps are the true enemy of the Argonian. And after dominating a few more old men, Legs reached an extremely difficult door. Okay, see if I can remember this, it's been a while. I think it's twice around on each. Let's fucking go! Entering the back cave, Legs chanted at a wall. Oi, ha, oi, ha, oi, ha. And then began to fight the ringleader of Skyrim's elderly in this old folks' home that is Bleak Falls Barrow. The fight was difficult, but the strength of Argonian stayed true that day, and after quickly axing the shit out of that old man, Legs had won the battle. And with his victory he quickly looted up and headed on his way. Loot. And then I did this on the way back to Riverwood. Lizard in the rain. Hello, witch!
I'm just a fool.
Bitch. Witches are bitches, and they get some stitches. Let's go. I'll never understand why so many buildings in Skyrim don't have proper roofs. After killing the witch, I ran into a random scavenger. Right, hold on, we were peaceful. We were being peaceful. You started this war, plunged the forest into chaos, and with him dealt with, I began to lizard in the rain. Arriving back in Riverwood, we went to the trader, where we sold the golden claw.
Thank you so much.
After which I sold all of my useless shit. And then once I was done, I stole back the claw because fuck you, it's mine. With that done, I finally decided to head towards Whiterun, and went back to Lizard in the Rain.
Your money or your
But was then ambushed by a racist dark elf. The crimes of Morrowind will not go unpunished, however. Why don't you dig under this bitch? And then back to Lizard in the Rain. Until I decided to fight a giant. P5-4 this bitch.
I go to McDonald's and get a McBitch because you a bitch. Bitch.
And then quickly left. No, I don't want to talk to you. No, this is just a thing I did. Go away, please. I want nothing to do with you. After Walks with Legs explained to the guard at the gate that he was in fact a lizard, he was led into the city, where he quickly made his way up to Dragon's Reach to speak to the Jarl. Once I was in, I decided to go out of my way to avoid Irileth. It was a matter of principle. Yeah, I'll be with you in a moment, fucking slaver. After successfully avoiding the elf, Legs spoke to the Jarl, who then told him to speak to Farengard, his court wizard. Hey, what's up, weather boy? Whose sheer arrogance puts many of the Thalmor to shame.
Project? You think you could help me? I really don't think so. The Jarl can be found in the Great Hall, probably sitting on his Jarl's throne, not over here in a wizard's laboratory.
Farengard.
Legs then gave him a stone which he had found in Bleakfall's Barrow.
You already found it.
After which the Jarl's Dunmer demon informed us that a dragon had been sighted nearby. Do you know Dagothur? Wow. And apparently the Jarl thought the best way to deal with it was to send the closest thing he had to a giant fire-breathing murderous reptile, a random man-sized gecko he had only just met. And as he wasn't really listening, Legs agreed and took off towards the watchtower. Once he arrived, he found that the guards were looking rather crisp, and soon after the battle began, where this fiery salamander kept refusing to let Legs get close to him. Fuck cover, I'm gonna stab him, I'm gonna shank him. Okay, never mind. But once he did, Legs kicked his shit in. Back. I wanna shank him. With the deed done, Legs accidentally devoured the soul of the dragon and headed back towards Whiterun. And once he arrived, he heard some weird shouting. This is the giant that was killed all the way over there. How the fuck did it get over here? How did you get here? Once he reached the Jarl, he was told that the shouting was the Greybeard summoning him to High Hrothgar.
Masters of the way of the voice.
Intrigued by why a bunch of reclusive monks were summoning him, Legs decided to steal a horse. Where's the guy that sells the horse? What is... Alright. If you ain't gonna sell me the horse, I'm just gonna fucking take it. And then he made his way to Everstead. Oh, fuck. Slow down, horse. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. Wow. Butterfly in a jar. Everstead. And once he made it, he began to ascend the mountain without any problems whatsoever. I'm not going to just skip everything in this place. Frost trolls are the real enemy of the Argonian. Why fight? Why crave violence? And once he reached High Hrothgar itself, he found that the Greybeards were just a bunch of old men who thought shouting at people was a skill. Is this like a ritual dance, or what's happening here? And after eventually succeeding at teaching Legs, he's not doing what he's meant to do. There we go. Once they were done teaching him, they asked him to go and grave rob a horn, which he decided to do just to humour them.
Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller.
So then Legs left High Hrothgar, but the fastest way to do so was down the side of the mountain, which Legs decided was safer than fighting that bloody frost troll. This is going surprisingly well. When he got to the bottom, he landed in a Stormcloak camp, where he proceeded to steal one of their horses and just ride out without a single problem. Which that didn't last very long, so he went back to Whiterun and actually bought the horse this time. The Nernroot. The ancient enemy of the Argonian. And then I misclicked and bought a map instead of the actual horse. Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, fuck you. With the horse now purchased, we completely ignored it and took a carriage to Morthal, where we then actually used it and rode it the whole way to Ustengrav. After killing the necromancers outside, Walks and Lydia headed in and almost died. Okay, well that's off to a poor start. After which we absolutely slapped the shit out of them, turning our attention to the Draugr, who were much more formidable. Well, don't tell them to do his worst. Do nothing. Just bend over and die. Holy shit, I almost died. And then they killed me. Well, this is the reason Draugr are the enemy of the lizard. But not really, as we succeeded on the second attempt. And Legs went on to snipe some skellies, shout his way to some loot, and definitely not fail at a simple puzzle. Fuck it. With every challenge overcome, Legs went to grab the horn. But there was a problem. It had already been stolen by a friend. This was no friend of Legs, as no Argonians lived nearby, and he wasn't no friend to any Warmblood. To get to the bottom of this, he headed to Riverwood, where he was ambushed by some random cultists. He then lost 10 gold speaking to the most irritating person in all of Skyrim, Delphine, who happened to be the one that stole the horn.
I think you're looking for this. We need to talk. Follow me.
Do I get my 10 gold back? I did not, but I did make up for it by taking quite a lot of hers. Delphine was one of the blades, and we are now forced to work with her to complete the game, no matter how much her voice pains me. She wanted Legs to prove that he was the Dragonborn.
Can you devour a dragon's soul?
And she also wanted him to help her kill the dragon near Windhelm.
You to help me stop it.
Reluctantly, Legs agreed and made his way there. Where's my horse? Where's my horse? Why are you over here?
Well, this sucks.
After we arrived, we made our way to Kynesgrove, which was right next to the Dragon Burial Mound, which was our goal. And when we arrive to the mound, we see a very familiar little flappy boy. He'll be important later, but there's no time for that now, as a dragon has just raised itself from the dead. Sadly, the first time around did not go so well, as the dragon was quite strong, and even ended up with the dragon biting onto Legs and flinging him like a frisbee. Well, fuck you. But thankfully 2 is a magic number when it comes to Argonians and when it comes to killing dragons, as the second time around we were much more successful. Eat shit. And after looting the dragon and eating its soul, we spoke to Delphine, who told us that we would have to break into the Thalmor embassy, but she wouldn't tell us the entire plan until we made our way back to Riverwood. And once we did so, she told us that she had an informant inside, and that she would get us an invitation. So then we made our way to Solitude, and spoke to Delphine's informant, Malborn. And when we had given Malborn all of our stuff, okay, off we go, Lydia, and he had taken his mind out of the gutter.
Your job is to get into the party without being fingered as a spy.
I'm going to be getting what? And once we met back up with Delphine, she gave us some fancy clothes and sent us on our way. Arriving at the embassy, we spoke to Elenwen, the Thalmor ambassador to Skyrim, who was completely in awe of Leg's sheer beauty.
And you are?
Lizard.
Please, tell me more about yourself.
To try and blend in and not break his cover, Legs went to the food tables and helped himself, and then afterwards met the local drunk,
Allow me to introduce myself, Rosalind.
who he then gave a drink and told to create a distraction. Legs made sure to do this in earshot of the Thalmor, as it was the last thing they expected. With that done, Malborn snuck Legs out the back and told him to be as quiet as possible.
Don't screw this up.
Yeah, that wasn't fucking happening. Can't beat the lizard. Surprisingly, there were quite a few elves in here, but that mostly wasn't a problem. I'm not a worm, I'm a lizard. Woohoo, that almost killed me. That was pretty bad, if I say so myself. Ow! Fire hurts. Fire bad. Stop it. Fire is the true enemy of the Argonian. Finding some journals in a captured Nord, the Legs had found out the information he was looking for. While the Thalmor had nothing to do with the dragons, they were looking for an old man in the Rift and Sewers.
They're after some old guy named Esbern.
But before Legs left, he had to save Malborn, as the Thalmor had fingered Malborn as a spy.
Surrender immediately, I yield! I'll make you pay!
With that done, Legs beat a frost troll on the way out, and then made his way back to Riverwood. I went to fucking Windhelm instead of Whiterun, haha, where he informed Dolphin of what he had found, and then she immediately sent him to Riften, where he couldn't get in the door.
You don't pay, then you're not getting in.
Bullshit. Luckily I had a way around this and snuck in through the Blackbriar Meadery. Fuck taxes and corrupt guards. Riften is a shithole. Entering the Ratway, Legs fought off the sewer people and entered into the Ratway vaults, where he ran into a Thalmor wizard who proceeded to kill himself on a trap nearby. After which he made his way to Esbern, the man the Thalmor were hunting, who after a boring conversation agreed to come with us. So after fighting our way out, we made our way back to Dolphin, where we had to deal with the true enemy of the Argonians. Yeah, you've got the right idea, Lydia. Stay on the table. Long and boring conversations.
Structured around one of the main Akaviri military camps in the Reach during their conquest of Skyrim.
But once it was finished, the group agreed to go to Skyhaven Temple to look at an old wall. So off we went, carefully avoiding one dragon. Nope, I ain't... The fuck just happened? My horse just did a Skyrim. And then fighting another, which went poorly. Well, shit. Lydia, ignore me. Focus on Lydia. Just land, stop being a bitch. At least it did until the dragon decided to fight some mammoths. I did it, I killed the dragon. And once the dragon was dead, all of my brain cells self-combusted as I then decided to fight the mammoths. Lydia, where are you? And what are you doing? Why are you not helping me? The mammoths themselves were not the problem, however. It was the giant that owned them that I completely forgot about. The giants here.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
After which, Legs became the second lizard in space after Jeff Bezos, and he decided to never again fuck with giants and continued towards his destination. Okay, no more distractions, Lydia. But on his way, he ran into Alduin again, the dragon whom had saved his life and was now bringing a dragon back to his, which went poorly for Legs. Well, that's not fair. As the dragon proceeded to kill him twice. What? He just pulled me through the... Oh, you bullshit. Bullshit. What the fuck? Doing great, Lydia. Okay, yeah, my dragon... Oh, I didn't even check my health. We're not staying here, Lydia. We're going. Deciding it wasn't worth it to fight the dragon, Legs continued on his journey, which involved another dragon. But don't fight the mine, fight the Forsworn. But eventually the dragon did decide to fight the Forsworn. The fuck is the dragon doing? And once the dragon was successfully weakened, Legs was able to steal the kill and then finish off the Forsworn. Afterwards he entered the temple with the others, where he went on to cut himself, wake me up inside, and steal a cool sword, Dragonbane. After which the game broke. Do something, cat. And I decided to wait to see if it would fix itself. It did not. Come on, where is Delphine? Delphine, can you please move? Go. Don't make me have to push you the whole way up this fucking stairs, you stupid bitch. But once I restarted the game, it decided to work again, and Esbern began to do the only thing that the blades are capable of in this game. Talking. And while he does that, it's probably a good time to talk about Alduin, who is not only the strongest of all dragons, but is also destined to destroy the world, apparently. But it is also destined for Legs, the Dragonborn, to defeat him. And once Esbern finished his only purpose, we learned that the only way to defeat Alduin is to shout mean words at him. But Esbern was unaware of what words Legs could shout at him, so Legs decided to go and ask the Greybeards if they could teach him the shout. But after returning the horn and being shouted at, now this is pretty rude to be honest, they told him that they didn't know it, and then sent him to speak to their leader. I am made of fire, for I am a dragon. Fire cannot harm me. Oh fuck it can. Fuck it can. Reaching the top of the mountain, it turned out that the Greybeard's leader, Parthenax, is a dragon.
I am Parthenax.
And a very helpful one at that. While he didn't know the shout Legs needed, he did know how Legs could find it. He needed an Elder Scroll.
The Elder Scroll.
Sadly, neither Partonax nor the old men knew where one was. But Arngeir did say that College of Winterhold may be able to help him. So Legs took off to the College of Winterhold, where after using his fame as a dragon, was able to enter and head towards the library. The librarian was in complete awe of Legs' sheer greatness and agreed to help.
Were you the one the Greybeards were calling?
And told Legs of Septimus Signus, who was one of the leading researchers when it came to the Elder Scrolls.
That's the work of Septimus Signus.
So off Legs went to find him, and after shouting himself off a cliff and into the sea, oh please don't die, he took off into the cold and made his way to Septimus, who as it turned out was in the middle of an iceberg in the arse end of nowhere. This lunatic informed Legs that there was a scroll deep within the depths of Blackreach.
One yet lies.
Welcome back to Walking Simulator. So off he went, and Legs shortly arrived at a nearby Dwemer ruin. In we go. Where upon entering, he fought off the Khajiit that was as high as a cat on ketamine, and once he was dealt with, Legs momentarily lost the ability to shout. Why is my shout not working? It's doing it again, my shouts are just not shouting. Why is this? But with that slight problem aside, the dwarven automatrons and traps were not much of a problem. Oh no, how do I get around this? And Legs continued to descend without any major resistance. At least that was the case until he encountered the Falmer. Oh, well, shit. But nonetheless, Legs fought on, and after his first death made short work of the Falmer beneath him. Ah, the Loch, the enemy of the Argonian. After defeating 2 Warmbloods, Legs eventually entered into Blackreach, where this happened. Why didn't I take my weapons out? And then this. Blackreach has got to be the coolest part of Skyrim. It's just sick. Ah! And dangerous. It's very dangerous, just move. Fucking hell, they're absolute marksmen. Best damn marksman there ever was, and he's blind as a fucking bat. How you're blind and you're able to dodge an arrow, are you? Bullshit. I've seen blind people that can't dodge shit. With the remaining Falmer taken care of, Legs made his way to the scroll, but first had to open the bloody contraption that it was contained in, which I couldn't remember how to do, so it took quite a while to open. Scroll in hand, Legs brought it back to Partonax, where he proceeded to read it and then watched as 3 Nords shouted at Alduin, and then got the absolute shit kicked out of him. After which the old man sent Alduin forward in time, because the Nords can't do anything right. And once he woke up, Alduin had arrived and a battle quickly began, where Legs shouted at and axed the shit out of Alduin. Mostly. Was that Partonax I hit? And after a lengthy battle, the Coward of Worlds had been defeated and quickly flew away. Except he didn't. Will I get experience from doing this? Partonax then told Legs that if he was to find Alduin, he would have to trap one of his allies.
But it will not be so easy to convince one of them to betray him.
And to do this, Legs went to Whiterun and asked Jarl Balgruuf if he could use his keep to capture a dragon.
I must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon in my palace.
After Legs sweet-talked him, he agreed to do so, but only if there was a ceasefire between the barbarian Stormcloaks and the mongrel dogs of the Empire. Legs then spoke to the dogs and the barbarians, getting both to agree to a peace council, where long story short... But in the end, they agreed to a truce, so the capturing of the dragon could now commence. And while Odahviing was quite strong, it started rather well. And then it didn't. I've realised my shout bar is bugged. But even with the bug shouts, this massive furnace with wings was captured and trapped by a piece of wood with some metal on it.
There we go.
Nonetheless, Odahviing agreed to take us to Skuldafn so we could get to Sovngarde and kill Alduin. Upon arriving, we fought some Draugr and were then burnt alive. Returning again, Legs defeated the Draugr and proceeded to fight the dragon like a little bitch, but at least this little bitch was not on fire. And with the dragon dead, Legs would be unchallenged from here on, as the nearby Draugr proved to be inconsequential. The Draugr proved to be... Entering the ruins, Legs successfully cut his way through the old Nords, and soon dealt with the puzzles inside that were blocking his path created by the Nords centuries ago. Heading outside, Legs took an invisibility potion and legged it towards the portal to Sovngarde, ignoring all enemies in his path. Bitch, get fucking duped. Arriving in Sovngarde, Legs made his way to Sun, where he fought him to get over the bony bridge to where Skyrim's long-dead heroes resided. Upon entering the Hall of Valor, Legs gathered up the 3 idiots who failed to kill Alduin in the beginning and charged back across the rickety bridge, where we shouted away the fog and challenged Alduin, the Sucker of Souls, to battle. It was a tough one indeed. Legs and the 3 nobodies battled bravely against the soul-sucking salamander, which Legs had already beaten once before. And it was a good thing that this was the final battle, as Legs used up every single one of his healing potions. But it was just enough, as Legs soon landed the killing blow and stood back as Alduin disintegrated away. Defeated. With his victory in hand, the Legs returned to Skyrim and found that the Argonians' true enemy was the friends he made upon the way. No, it was gravity. And with that, we have finished Skyrim by playing the game. It is possible, I have proven it, no one has done it before, and no one shall ever do it again. Anyways, if you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, I'll see you next time. Bye. Did you know that lizards are the legged snakes of land? Of the land. What the fuck was that? After successfully avoiding the lizard, Legs, the lizard, he is the lizard, as the Thalmor had fingered Malborn as a mountain horse.